John Harbaugh out as the Ravens coach last night. 18 years. I know what I thought right off the bat, and it's exactly what, and by the way, a lot of people thought the same thing, and it's exactly what you have in the Sun Sentinel this morning. John Harbaugh, call him. Do whatever you have to do. Stephen Ross.
Go do the drive-by and try to get him, because that would solve all the issues hounding this team right now as far as, who to get. Let them build the organization. You don't have to do it. Hand them the key and say, you go do it, right? And you get credibility, you get a winner, you get leadership, all the things that they don't have right now.
You know what's weird? So 18 years. I mean, God bless him. 18 years the head coach is equivalent to out of high school having the same job till you retire at like 70. I mean, seriously, nobody goes 18 years anymore. He is a 44-yard field goal away from winning the division and keeping his job.
And
they would have kept him.
Was it last year that Mark Andrews drops the – I mean, these are the type of things that affect jobs. And so some of the people responded to my column this morning, which was
what kind of stuff
call
were you
1-800. Oh, Harbaugh, he doesn't win. He's only won one Super Bowl. And I'm like,
win.
Are you kidding me? Who are the Dolphins to any Dolphin fan to say something like that?
Yeah, by the way, some of our Dolphin fans and people follow this thing. Look at this thing is in a real bad situation. I mean, we got to all step back together. We're in a bad situation. I feel bad for our coaches, some of our assistant coaches. We don't have enough talent. I feel bad that the front office, we stuck with that front office way too long, and we're in this situation. I said a couple years ago, we went for this complete overhaul with, and I'm not beating my chest. I'm not. But when they decided with all those first and second round picks, and they added some more by getting rid of some really good players, and we're sitting there with a ton of draft picks and a ton of free agent money, I said, are you sure Chris Grier? That's all I said. I didn't rip him. I just said, are you sure the biggest drafts in the history of this franchise, you're going to put Chris Grier and his staff in charge of? Are you sure you want to do it? And he screwed it up. He flat out screwed it up, starting with the number one position, and we're finally all going to agree. And if you're still on, well, Tua's going to come back and he's going to be super, go find another show. Seriously, enough of that.
To your point, Joe, they had 5 first-round picks and 4 second-round picks in 20 and 21.
That's 9 players. It should have been at least half those guys really, really good players.
One player probably will be left on the roster next year in Jalen Waddle. Mm-hmm. That assuming I don't know what they're going to do with Austin Jackson. He's a lot of injuries, a lot of money for that.
More than half the games the last 2 years. Woo.
But Tua's gone, I'd assume. And Austin Jackson.
How you keep him, especially after the latest stuff. Like he wants out of here. And by the way,
it's healthy for everybody.
Not to dogpile on him. I don't blame him for wanting out. If he still wants to play, we've seen it. You can't play. You're not good enough. And by the way, they're putting lists out, the national guys. Listen, I respect the national guys. We focus on our local teams. They have to focus on everybody. But don't put Tua in cold weather cities as a starting quarterback. I started laughing. Pittsburgh? Are you serious? Are you serious? The Jets? Are you serious? Please go up there and play in that weather. Let me see you throw down in November and December up there in that weather.
Yeah, there's no and any place where not just weather, wind. I mean,
that's all part of the deal. The wind, the rain, the snow, the combo.
I don't know how any team could put him. First of all, I don't know how contractually it would work that any team could take him on. Obviously, had to be some.
He's going to get cut. This thing's lean. This thing is going.
And any team that wants him would wait for him to get cut.
Yeah,
and
then probably some teams are interested. But who's trading for him? Who's going? You know what? That's what we want. A guy that's one hit away from his career being over, that can't move in the pocket, can't get 2 yards on 3rd and 2, can get 1, and can't throw it. Can't make half the throws you need to make.
Can't see over the line.
And by the way, he's the one that said it. Can't see over the line. I mean, he is, by the way, if nothing else, as bad as he was on the field this year, he was equally bad in press conferences. I mean, it was brutal. Anyway, hey, enough of that. John Harbaugh. I wonder, there is a relationship with the Harbaugh family. We did make a run at brother, you remember, and we didn't handle that real well either. Mr. Ross and Jeff Ireland jumped on the plane together to go out and see him like yesterday. Tony, remember, I was sitting there. A lot of people were sitting there waiting for the press conference after it all fell through, and Tony found out about it, and he was butthurt about the whole thing. And
why I don't get now. Coaches can replace players, fire assistants, do whatever they want, but anytime an owner tries to get a better coach, then you can't do that. I get.
I didn't have a problem with that.
The optics are bad, but
I didn't have a problem with him doing that.
Look, in retrospect, I didn't either. So,
hey, Mr. Jeff, the owner knew how good a coach he was, and he's a really good coach. He's a little different cat, but Jim Harbaugh can coach. In case you haven't been watching the Chargers, they're back in the playoffs again for another year here, and he's got Herbert playing the way since he's been there. Herbert looks like, Herbert was second, not only throwing touchdowns, running for quarterbacks, right behind Josh Allen. I didn't realize. I mean, he's always been a great runner in Oregon.
He's been sacked the most. He's durable. He's playing with a broken hand. I mean,
2 tackles.
It just makes me nauseous when I think
tackles.
How could you pick Tua over Herbert? I mean, what world? And
boy, I'll tell you what though, that when you mention that, and there's 2 things when you mention how do we take Tua instead of Herbert, and you talk about all those extensions on those contracts we're giving out.
Yeah.
And boy, I'll tell you what, they all run out the door and they start pointing at Chris, and the rest of them are like, we never liked anything we're doing. And now they're leaking stuff out to some of the media. Wasn't me. I mean, you're talking about moves that have set us back. And it's so frustrating. I get, I'm always going to root for the team. I am. But I had a gutful. I've just had a gutful of stupidity.
I think they made a shrewd move yesterday, though. Let's start there. In that, they announced their list for general manager candidates, right? It's a good list, whatever. And then came the Harbaugh news. Oh, and they put one more name on the list.
I like that.
And that was Chad Alexander from the Los Angeles Chargers. He works for Jim Harbaugh. He used to work in Baltimore's organization. So John Harbaugh, you talk about a signal, a flare going up. We want you, John Harbaugh. And you can build your organization. Yeah. And his agent said 7 teams have called in the first 45 minutes. Harbaugh's agent did.
No, he's going to get
if he wants to work.
Whether he or Tomlin, we're going to have a lot of people.
The question is, does he want to take a year off? Some guy is he done?
I don't think so. I think he just wants a fresh start, and I think he's like a lot of guys. They're motivated to get right back in it, Andy Reid-ish, and go to another team and show them that I have passion. This is what I do. The question is, now he's in a situation he can look and see he knows all the people, all the players, everything, what situation. He's done a lot of winning in the regular season up there. A lot of winning in the regular season. I said regular season. They've had some great teams have been knocked out in the playoffs early. I get it. I saw Mahomes get them. We've seen a lot of teams go up there and knock them out. But they win a lot of games. Hey, Lamar Jackson has won a lot of regular season games. And before you start rolling your eyes, that's not what it's about. We haven't won a lot of regular season games. We are now officially the 3rd best team in the AFC East, and the Patriots just doubled us in wins.
Here's the question. Does another team have a quarterback? Remember he picked the Chargers because I'm sure Justin Herbert was sitting there. And that's what you need. You need that quarterback to have a chance to sustain winning. And I looked at, Atlanta doesn't have a quarterback. Cleveland. I mean, you go down the list.
Well, Atlanta. So it's funny. I just happened to spend a little time last night going through this quarterback situation, and it's interesting. So I think they're going to stay with Michael Penix.
Yeah,
he's only been here. This is his 2nd year. He played 9 games. He was hurt. He was okay. J.J. McCarthy. What's Minnesota do? There's another guy. He's had a few good games, but at the end of the day, had more interceptions and touchdowns. I think they're about ready to throw the towel in on him. Now, that 2024 NFL draft, Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Bo Nix all won their division and had big years. Drake may be the MVP here pretty soon. He's going to be a finalist for sure. I don't know if he'll win it or not. The guy Stafford out in L.A. is not bad either.
He had Stafford had 15 more touchdown passes. That might count for something.
For a guy
but May's great. He's second year. Are you kidding me?
But and Jaden Daniels, Washington's going back with him. Rookie of the year before. Phenomenal player, but 7 games and always hurt. But Dave, I was looking. The Jets definitely need a quarterback. I hate this. I hate this day. I hate this day. Because you start looking at all the teams that need quarterbacks and you start going, what's in the draft and then what's out there as a backup, basically. So the Jets need a quarterback, no question about it. The Dolphins definitely need a quarterback, no matter what they're selling you, whatever Kool-Aid you're drinking, they need a quarterback. They don't know if they have one, if we're talking about Quinn Ewers. The Browns looking for a quarterback. The Raiders, I'm guessing they're looking for a quarterback.
Have to be. Yeah.
Geno Smith's got a nice little contract. Cardinals definitely looking for a quarterback. By the way, the small thing is not so cool now. The small thing was kind of in for a little while. The small quarterbacks are.
It's which of those teams is the best? If you're Harbaugh and because I'm sure he's looking at all these teams saying, okay, what's the best situation to go to
of the fired jobs?
Yeah.
Man.
I hate to say the Jets have they have a lot of draft picks. They can take a quarterback.
I still don't know that they're a little bit like us.
They're the same. I
don't trust this, the high structure of the team.
Right. But
by the way, I don't even do the coaching anymore. I go to the top. I think the Dolphins have a lot of really good coaches. I really do. They've got a lot of really good assistant coaches on that roster, on that team. I just think those moves, and you think about this. I hate doing this. This is 25. I've been on the radio. Dave, you've been writing through all this.
The elevator keeps going down. It can't go any lower. Down.
Yeah.
Don't say that, Joe. It can go lower. We've been lower.
We have 1-15, right? We did go through that, but it's just and I look back at who we let. You just talked about it. 2 things. We let those guys when we had all those first and second round picks and a lot of free agent money also in that time period, and we didn't get enough out of it. We put a guy that wasn't prepared with the front office to give us the best players. They didn't do a good enough job.
They thought tricking the system, tanking 1 year and getting draft picks, and then flipping it and getting a lot. We'll trick the system, but it comes down to football decisions every time. A good organization,
right? And you still got to draft well. Whether you have a lot of high ones or you have low ones, or you have a normal draft 1 through 7 and a pick in each round, you still got to get it. And the second one is, and it's such a bad whiff, Tua and Herbert. One's weatherproof and the other one's only indoor and still not very good. And I'm not against him, man. His comments, I thought about him. So a lot of people are pissed. Anything he says about dope, and it'd be dope to get a fresh start. And he's right. He knows it's over here. How many franchise quarterbacks get benched with 3 games left?
With that size of a contract, that's an organizational decision to bench him. It's not just Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel had to go to Steve Ross. Well, he had to go to Steve Ross.
He had to let him know.
I want to bench him because it's time.
Man. So anyway, and then honestly, the way everything was handled even yesterday, I'm just salty. I'm just.
Yesterday,
So let me just say this. I just want to say this. I hope some of the people that are involved in these decisions are listening. So you're smiling. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm not laughing. So Mike's name gets put in there that he was like he was going to sit on the board yesterday, sit in the committee, and he was going to sit there somewhere between Troy and Dan Marino. And he wasn't. He never was. But they kind of, because Mike makes a comment that I'm going to be involved and help him. And so, and it's fair. People going, oh, okay. Now, Mike, I guess he's safe. He's going to sit there and ask the GM questions. Well, that wasn't the case. But they should have known just to come out and say something. You disagree.
Well, I think Mike was put in a strange position of saying that he's involved in the GM search. It should have been,
if they need my help, they can call me. I'll be more than glad to help them any way I can.
Just release a statement. Mike McDaniel will be here's the 6 people on the board, the committee, the gang of 6, and Mike.
That's what I'm saying.
But now Barry reported that Mike's not going to be on the Barry Jackson at the Herald.
It made sense. Good story. By the way, it made sense that he wasn't.
But I think he had a bigger say than just being in the interviews. 3 San Francisco 49ers assistants are
never seen 3 guys from one team get an interview.
I mean,
ask for an interview.
Now, is that because they're great, or is that because that's what you know? That's the question.
I think Mike knows all 3 of them.
Yeah,
those guys been there a while.
What he knows.
He knows those guys.
Yeah,
he
sure.
knows. And by the way, we should be talking. That team was a mess, and look what they did with the back end of that roster with all those injuries. They damn near had the best record in the NFC. We should be, in fairness to the whole decision, we should be talking the 49ers. The Rams should be. We should have the flavor. The way the Rams flipped it around from a Super Bowl and said, man, we overloaded on money, a little bit like we did, except we missed on guys. They just had actually great players and said, hey, we can't keep paying all these guys. We got to get back to the draft. And they went out and they hit on some drafts. They hit on some drafts. They went out and got some players. They got some guys in that draft that were good. Real good.
And Seattle, I mean, you could go down, okay, here are the top 16. Let's get the top guy who's ready to become a GM and see which one we like. But